Mama with the Cat's Pajamas, and today I'm going to show you how to make this easy pop-up using our lacy heart cut-ups. The front of the card is based on a card that Nancy Thomas created that I love, and I thought I'd add my own special touch with a heart that pops out when you open it. First, let's emboss. On the Cuttlebug, you'll need your A plate and 2 B plates, as well as an embossing mat. Place the embossing mat on the A and B plate, and then a piece of white cardstock. Now, place the lacy heart cut-ups anywhere on the cardstock. I think I'll place it right here. And then I'll cover it with the second B plate and run it through the die cut machine. See how pretty it looks? Great texture. Now for this card, I'm going to delve into my washi tape stash. Washi tape will give it some nice color and pattern. I don't have to be too neat. I'll just run the tape across the front of the card and tear it off at the end. Then I'll just wrap the end under the paper for a clean edge. Oops. And I kind of like that rough edge. That's not too neat or refined. I love this pink with the blue. And then just one more tape. Okay. And the end is right here. Now for the hearts and the word, I've used the nested hearts and the always word cut-ups. And to make it easier to adhere, I've run everything through my Xyron. Now I'll just attach them to the front. Now the always word is a little bit delicate, so I'll be a little bit careful pulling it off. And I think I'll place it at an angle across the hearts. Maybe a little bit more diagonal. There you go. Perfect. See how quickly that came together? I'll just gently rub off the excess adhesive. Now let's attach this to the card base. I'm using a 5 1/4 by 8 1/2 piece of white cardstock that I've scored down the center. I'll add an extra bit of color to the front with a strip of this striped paper. And then we'll attach that card base that we just made. Now let's do the inside. Start with a piece of cardstock approximately 3¼ by 4½ inches and score it down the center. Now turn it over and score 1½ inches from the center. And we'll do that on both sides. Okay, now turn the paper back over. You may have to repeat this a couple of times. And now we're going to cut. This die is pretty detailed, so I'm adding a shim under the plates so that I get a good cut. I'll use my A plate and my C plate, and then the piece of red cardstock, and my lacy heart die. I'm going to line up the center of the die with the center score line. And just to ensure it doesn't move, I'm going to use some low tack tape at the top and at the bottom. Now, since the center of the die cut machine gets used a lot, the rollers of the die cut machine may not be as tight. So to get a good cut through the tape, I'll place them on the sides of the plate. Cover with the B plate and roll through the die cut machine. You may have to repeat this a couple of times until the die cuts cleanly through the tape and paper. To do this a couple of times so that the die cuts cleanly through the tape. And here it is. Now just remove the low tack tape and the die. There we go. And if the tape comes off, that's okay because we're going to be using it right away. Now just lift the die from the die cut from the die and start poking the pieces out of the die that we don't need. All done. See how pretty this die is? Now, just remove the tape from the back of the die and line up the center score line of the heart with the center score line on the card base. And then press firmly where the tape was. Now this card is almost done. It just needs a sentiment right there. I'll use the words from our Words of Love stamp set and some Marvy black ink. Because it's a dye ink, it dries almost instantly. Now, gently coax the card closed and the heart forward. There you go. The scores that we put in the heart before we cut it will make it easier. Now close the card and crease the edge and the rest of the card, especially where the heart is. You probably have to train the heart to pop up easily, but once you do, it pops up beautifully. So there we go. Just to make sure everything's pressed firmly. See? And now it opens and closes easily. It's pretty cute and it's so unexpected. Our pop-up heart card. I hope you give it a try. Have a great day.